Hey, it's the XRP scum here, and I'm about to blow your mind.
Well, Bitcoin has been plummeting. It's another cringe day for crypto.
The value of cryptocurrency has been dropping dramatically.
That's right. The market has lost 70% of its profits in the past 8 months.
More than $200 billion were wiped out of the crypto market over the weekend.
There's no real value in Bitcoin or any of the other cryptocurrencies.
You've gone after XRP because XRP Security.
As we all probably know by now, Ripple is a powerhouse of a company, and they own XRP, obviously. So, has anyone ever really peeled back the surface, looked at the man behind the curtain? They say don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain, but I call a load of crap. As you can see right here, there are all these companies right here that are listed, and that's just a few. That's only the tip of the iceberg. We got PNC, MoneyGram, American Express, Santander, SCB, SBI Remit, and a few other ones that are listed all right here. But besides the point, that doesn't even account for the ones that they're claiming here in this article. It says, banks join RippleNet to process cross-border payments in real time with end-to-end tracking and certainty. Ripple cites that it has established a partnership with more than 300 plus financial institutions for real-time, low-cost cross-border payments. So there you have it, guys. I really do think that when it comes to the crypto industry, there is no one out there that is shaking more hands across the globe than the man himself, Brad Garlinghouse. And I really do think that the reason people seem ignorant to people that are hip to crypto, like you and I, are exclusively because we are so ahead of everyone else's knowledge on crypto organically. I think that we're quickly approaching a time where a lot of us are going to be forced to have to learn about crypto. And where do you think people are going to start? Well, people are going to start with Bitcoin. And that is simply because it is number one right now, for now, and it is the biggest and the loudest one out there. And until something dramatic happens, like, for example, let's say that they decide to deem Bitcoin illegal, or, Bitcoin and Ethereum, or maybe they go away for whatever reason. I'm not a fortune teller, but I do think that Bitcoin and Ethereum feels very illegal. And until they go away, then people won't have a reason to look past Bitcoin and Ethereum after they're forced to have to do the research because the financial system no longer functions correctly without using it. As far as Bank of America goes, let's see. Reports of BOA testing Ripple's technology had been rampant since 2016. Only recently, the executives of the BOA confirmed the partnership. Julie Harris, the head of global banking at Bank of America, told the media, "It's about you as a client and the infrastructure you have and the ability for us to integrate, whether that's the platforms and capabilities that we built or partnerships that we have with the likes of Ripple or Swift. These are fintechs that we're partnering with." This whole article really is a pretty long one, so I will go ahead and leave this in the description below. But I also do want to drive the point home that basically the entire crypto industry is a smokescreen right now, in a way. I do really feel like the government does have full intent to use it. And they knew it was going to be huge, and they knew that the regular average Joe like you and I would catch wind of it. So what they did was they orchestrated this in a way that made it look like a fad and keep us only focusing on the price action. And that's actually the worst thing that we can be doing right now. We want to be doing our real research and finding out which is doing game-changing technologies and solving world problems. Those are the ones that we want to focus on and invest in and ignore all the other crap. So to summarize, step 1, buy XRP. Step 2, buy one of these. It's a Nano X. Alright, and you can get one for $140 right now. And this is not a paid advertisement, I am looking out for you. And if you can't afford it right now, that's fine. The point is, you want to get your crypto off the exchanges because they can come in and they can declare that it's a national emergency and they will take your crypto. So what is this thing that I'm shilling for absolutely free, you might ask? Well, I'm about to explain that. So you buy, step one, you go onto the exchange and you purchase your crypto, okay? And then you set up your account and then you link this up via Bluetooth to your phone. And then you send it over using the XRP ledger and send it onto this guy. And it is saved in a cold storage forever, okay? Until you go ahead and put it back on the exchange. And at that point, the only logical thing to do from that point forward is to sell it. Don't keep it on there for any reason. But to clarify, I am not saying that you should sell it because I don't think that's a good idea. You should sell it at a price that feels right to you. But for me, I'm saving it for the really big numbers. I'm not even going to worry about price predictions right now. What I have heard talks of 10,000, 5,000, just in the 4 digits, maybe 5 digits. I've been hearing all kinds of numbers. And I tend to believe that it could easily hit 4 digits one day. So what happens if you can't afford one of these things? That's no problem. A lot of us can't. You don't have to feel bad. There are free virtual wallets that you can store your crypto on. Anything is better than nothing. There is one called XUMM. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but I've heard different pronunciations. I tend to pronounce it Zoom, even though that doesn't look like how it should be pronounced, but I've kind of been saying it that way because I've heard people pronounce it that way. Anything is better than nothing, guys. They've got MetaMask, they've got Trust Wallet. Do your own research, find the one that supports the coins that you want to store on, and get them off the exchanges. So in regard to Ripple partnerships, there have been other partners that have actually been under the radar and things that Brad Garlinghouse won't even talk about. And I'm using this tweet right here and video as a reference to really fortify what I just said. There's a lot of things that are going to be under the radar, and Brad Garlinghouse isn't willing to talk about them or ready to talk about them just yet.
Let's go to Brad first. You mentioned there are other potential applications of Ripple's technology beyond cross-border payments. What are some of those applications and use cases that you're exploring?
I'm not going to give away everything that we're working on, but you know, the way I think about this is any transaction that has a middleman, any transaction that requires someone to kind of commute the trust between the transaction with security settlement, insurance settlements. There are a lot of transactions out there that have a lot of friction. This morning I was talking to a very interesting startup called Proppy, looking at residential, tokenizing real estate and using kind of effectively an NFT to transfer the ownership of a home. Ripple has been, because our customers tend to be financial institutions and banks, some of those customers will approach us and say, hey, look, we see these other vertical applications of how you could use a blockchain like the XRP ledger because of its efficiency to solve other problems. But we haven't really, we were doing some lending stuff that we've talked publicly about, but beyond that, nothing too public.
And if all of that really wasn't enough for you and you're still thinking in terms of price action and price action only, well, here's another article for you. Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse says, the U.S. is the only country alleging XRP is a security. The United States is the only country claiming that XRP is a security, not a currency, said the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. The inability of U.S. authorities to implement clear and precise regulations on the cryptocurrency industry is frustrating, commented the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. The executive also blasted the country's regulator for being the only world watchdog insisting that XRP token is a security. U.S. trails behind other nations for crypto clarity. And that is true, guys. There's other countries that are they're ready to use it, and it really does feel like the US is slowing down innovation. And no one really knows the exact reason, but it does feel like there's people, especially in the XRP community, that are investigating it. With the growth of the cryptocurrency industry in the past year or so, world regulators began discussing more actively what type of legislation framework should be established. However, some countries have been at the forefront with a more open-minded approach, while others, such as the US, have fallen behind, according to Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse. In a recent CNBC interview, he described the US's attempts as frustrating. The world's largest economy has proposed a few potential rules, but the cryptocurrency industry bashed them for being restrictive. Ultimately, the Biden administration paused their development. The latest initiative came yesterday at the House of Representatives, passed a bill to create a joint crypto task force with the SEC and CFTC. Nevertheless, Brad Garlinghouse believes this approach could be a little too late, especially compared to more advanced nations. Here we got a quote from the man himself. I give credit to markets like Singapore and even parts of Korea, where there really has been a thoughtful government-led effort to define and have clear regulatory frameworks around cryptocurrencies. Only the US sees XRP as a security. When criticizing the US for its lack of decisive actions in terms of crypto regulations, Garlinghouse took the opportunity to blast the nation's financial watchdog for its assertion that the XRP token is a security. Ironically, here in the United States, they have not provided the same clarity. It is the only country on the planet that has said XRP is nothing other than a currency. The SEC has said XRP is a security. And so now we're engaged in a court discussion. For far, I feel good about how that's been going, but it's certainly frustrating. As reported before, the Securities and Exchange Commission alleged the payment processor of conducting an unregistered security offering for the XRP token. While both parties continue with their legal battle, other nations refused to go down that road and asserted that Ripple's native digital token is indeed a currency. So, to wrap all of this up, if you guys are willing to listen to this guy right here, who is not a financial advisor and has no background in any kind of financial department whatsoever, then step 1, buy XRP. Step 2, get it off of the exchange. And step 3, hodl. Keep it on one of those virtual wallets that I mentioned, or buy one of those Ledger Nano X's, or whatever other hardware wallet that you can afford. They do have cheaper ones. You just got to look around and search the web a little bit. But that is all I have for you guys today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on my Twitter.